Hi everyone, Shabbat Shalom and Chodesh Tov. Have you heard the joke about the guy that goes to the Kotel, to the Western Wall, and he sees an old man praying with all his might, swaying back and forth, praying vigorously, and he can't help. He goes over to him and he says, "Tell me, sir, if you don't mind me asking, what is it that you are praying for so intensely?" And the man says, "This is how I pray here every day. I pray to God for world peace, to end all starvation and illness, to get rid of all disease and sickness, to grant brotherhood of man, that everyone should get along, and that the whole world should live in harmony and peace in good health." And this man's amazed. He says, "You come here every day to pray for that?" And the old man says, "Yes." And he turns to him and says, "How long have you been doing this for?" And the guy says, "Probably about 20, 30 years. He says, "For 20 and 30 years you've been praying at the Western Wall for world peace, for everyone to get along, for God to eradicate all illness and sickness. How does that feel?" And the old man says, "I feel like I'm talking to a wall." So, some of us may feel like we've been talking to a wall. We're praying to Hashem to end this coronavirus, to let us go back to normal, back to reality, see our friends, see our family, come to shul. We might feel like we've been talking to a wall, but thank God, things are looking good, things are improving, and our prayers to be able to return to shul have been answered somewhat. We are slowly starting to return to shul, and shul services across the country are beginning to resume, a wonderful thing. Now, today is Rosh Chodesh. It's the first day of the month of Elul. It's the day that we start blowing the shofar in preparation for Rosh Hashana, telling us that this high holiday is upon us. And the mystics tell us that the month of Elul, the month leading up to Rosh Hashana, can be compared to a time when the king is in the field. When the king is sitting in his palace, in all his glory, in all his might, not many people get to see him. You have to be quite an important individual with a good need to have an appointment to see the king in his royal garb sitting on his throne within the chambers of his palace. But when the king goes on a journey and eventually returns to his hometown and he's traveling through the field, at that point, anyone can come up to the king and greet him and speak to him and make requests of him. And the king at that point greets everybody with a happy and joyous face and countenance. During the month of Elul, the king is in the field. On Rosh Hashana, Hashem is on his throne with his crown in all his glory, in all his might. In the month of Elul, Hashem is reachable. He's accessible. It might not have this strong, powerful impact and the feeling of awe and reverence that we sense on Rosh Hashana, but Hashem is within each of our reach. So, for the next month, until we are all able to be back in shul and back in the synagogue, please God, on Rosh Hashanah, and able to feel and sense the glory of Hashem, let us still take advantage of the opportunity to bring Hashem into our homes. The king is in the field. Hashem is accessible everywhere and anywhere. And it's up to us to welcome him into our homes, to turn our homes into places of prayer and Torah study and kindness and love. And please God, Hashem will grant each and every one of us good health, many simchas to celebrate together. We should be well, and we should greet the days of Rosh Hashana with joy and with happiness, with strength and with health. Shabbat Shalom and Chodesh Tov. Here's a clip of the shofar blowing right here, right now, the first day of Elul in preparation for Rosh Hashana.